I am committed to your growth, and I want you to be committed to your own growth because I am not a certified English trainer, but I like helping people in speaking English because this video is going to give you small tiny things that I used to do in my past to help fluency in English language. So the very first thing I used to do was I used to observe the people whose English I like the most. Remember, I like and I observe the people whose English I like the most. Before diving into the video, I will relate my own story. I like the expression of a girl named Fatima. She used to express herself, she used to express her ideas in the simple and natural way. She didn't use fancy, fashionable literary words. She tried to use the minimum words to express her thoughts, express her knowledge to convey to the others. This was her method, and I liked the most that she didn't even have the idea to impress the other. She didn't have this intention to impress others. This thing impressed me a lot, that she just have a natural simple style to convey her thoughts, to convey her message, to convey her knowledge to the other person, because it's an established reality that if you want to convey her message, if you want to convey your knowledge, if you want to convey your information, if you want to convey your thoughts which are popping up in your mind, you don't have to have fancy words, fashionable words, literary words. No, you are not required to use those words. You are only required to use simple words, because the basic purpose of English language or any language is to express your thoughts across. If that is done, your purpose is fulfilled. But if you are using fashionable words, if you are using high sounding words, but your communication skills are not good and you are not good to convey your thought and whatever you want to say and whatever is here in your mind, and you are not able to speak through your mouth because your whole attention is on using literary words, on using the words which people can't understand. If you are trying to impress the other, what is the use of those words? If you know all the technicalities of English language, if you know all the grammar, if you know all the tenses, if you know a flowery language and you are just focused on using all the technicalities, using all the grammatical things, using all the flowery language, but you are not concerned with what you want to say or what is in your head, you may be good in your English skills, you may be good in your tenses, you may be good in your grammar, but you cannot be good in communication. Your communication skills cannot be good. So the very first thing you have to realize that, remember, you need to focus only one thing, that you can express yourself, you can express your knowledge through simple words, through elegant words, through natural style, rather than popping up and rather than amalgamation of difficult words which the people cannot understand. If the people can't understand, how can you be a good speaker? How can you be a good teacher if you can't convey your message? If your class is still and silent and they are not listening you, at least they are not listening you because they are not comprehending, they are not understanding what you are talking about. So how can you convey your thoughts? Because you are just trying to be impressive, you are just trying to be perfect, but you are not trying to make other person understand the concept, the idea, the knowledge, the information. So you can't be a good communicator, you can't be a good speaker, you can't be a good English speaker. So the very first thing is that you have to observe the people whose English you like the most. If you like the way of teaching, of my teaching, if you like the way how I speak, you can follow me. And the very next thing The next tiny object, the next tiny small thing which I used to do was that I was keen observer, keen reader of reading books. I used to like to read books. And this is an established reality that if you look 10 words a day into the dictionary, it is not reality that you can remember all the words. And if you look 100 words in 3 months into the dictionary, it is not necessary that you remember all the words. No, it's not possible. You can retain only 10 to 20% of those words. And this is very much of that, because reading books enhance and enrich your mind, enhance and enrich your thoughts, and they make you train how to speak, they make you train how to use the words, they make you train how to structure and formulate sentences. So reading books are very essential. If you are not in habit of reading books, I suggest you, please inculcate this habit in your personality so that you can have a very good command in speaking English. The very next thing which I used to do to establish myself was to push myself into public speaking. Yes, this is very tough in the initial stage, but this is very compulsory, because I used to push myself to the class. In front of the class, I used to speak in English about the lecture which the teacher had delivered right now. And often the classmates laughed at me, often the classmates mocked at me, but consider that this is an essential part of development of your personality. If people are not mocking at you, if people are not laughing at you, if people are not judging at you, you can't be perfect. Because judgment, laughing and mockery of other people is in fact your motivational factor to push you towards your success. Read the story of any influencer. There is always the laughing of people who contributed a lot towards their success. So it's an essential part. I used to make a lot of mistakes, but I was not hesitant to make mistakes. I accepted my mistakes. I used to accept my mistakes. I used to keep on making mistakes, but I was not ashamed of those. You should not be ashamed of your mistakes. You should not be discouraged by the remarks of others, because the mistake doesn't lie, the fault doesn't lie in you. The fault lies in the thoughts of others who are laughing at you. You have to strengthen your personality with the laughing of others. It should be your motivational factor. The very next thing is that keep your observation open. For example, if you are right now watching my video, and if you are liking my video, and if you are observing my video, observe how I am delivering my message, how I am delivering my thoughts, and what are my hand movements, what is my body language, and how I am having eye contact with you. Observe all those things and pick those things which you like the most, and ignore the one in whom you are not interested. This is the way how you can improve your English. And at last, persistence and consistency is the big thing in your achievement. If you are observing, if you are reading books, if you are in the habit of public speaking, all these things should be consistent, because unless and until you are consistent, you can't be successful public speaker. And let me know in the comment section how did you find this video, because this is very helpful video and this plays a great role in my speaking English fluently. And how and what I am today and what I am doing today is just because of these tips, just because of these small things. And you have to do all these things in order to be a successful public speaker, because I can speak in English and I can convey my ideas, I can convey my thoughts to other person in a successful manner. I accept that I am not flawless, I am not a flawless personality, I do have flaws, but I can understand that I can convey my thoughts in in a possible manner. So this is the beauty of speaking in English. You are conveying your thoughts in a foreign language conveniently, confidently. This is the beauty of your expression. So till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed, have a nice day. Thank you so much.